We're going to take a look at 3/8 x minus 5/6 x equals 18 over 21. So we're going to look at solving this equation. We're going to take a look at actually using our calculator and how exactly we can input our fractions here into the calculator to make things a little bit easier. So if you have your TI 83 or 84, you could also do this on the Inspire. What you will want to do is put in your 3/8. And we're going to put it in parentheses to make sure not to disturb with any of our order of operations. So we have open parentheses 3 divided by, because remember this is a division bar, so divided by 8, close your parentheses, minus open parentheses 5 divided by 6, close your parentheses. Then we go ahead and hit enter. And we get this decimal answer, and we want a fraction. So we can go ahead, we can go to math, and our first option is fraction. So you could either hit 1 or you could hit enter. Either one is going to take you back to your main screen, and it's going to say ANS arrow frac. What this means is it's going to take this previous answer, this negative 0.4583 repeating, and it's going to change it to a fraction. So we need to hit enter once again. And we end up getting negative 11 divided by 24. So it will automatically reduce this fraction and put it over a common denominator for you. So we end up having negative 11 divided by 24, and we do have our variable x here, equals 18 over 21. So then from here we can go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. Now if you have, maybe you forgot to multiply by the reciprocal and you didn't exactly know how to go about this. Well, the easy option would be to just divide by negative 11 over 24 on both sides, because this is a similar problem to something like 2x equals 8. Where you would just divide both sides out, and you'd be left with your variable on the left-hand side. Well, we could do the same thing. We could actually input this into our calculator the same way. So if we were going to do this on our calculator, we would simply have to put open parenthesis 18 divided by 21, close your parenthesis, divided by negative 11 divided by 24. So this calculator knows that it needs to multiply by the reciprocal, so it'll actually do this for you. And you end up having x equals, and it did say negative 1.87, and it continues on. So let's see what that is as a improper fraction. So math, fraction. It is negative 144 over 77. So this would be our answer. Okay, so we could go ahead and we could write this as negative 144 over 77. And the other thing that we could do is if you didn't, or if you did remember how to solve this without having to use your calculator, you could have done the reciprocal, which would have been 24 over 11, which gets multiplied on both sides. So negative 24 over 11 times negative 24 over 11. And you'd have some canceling that occurs here. You'd be left with x, and you would go ahead and just do some fraction multiplication, and you would arrive at the exact same answer. Now we could go ahead and check this just to be sure. So let's go ahead, let's do that. We could check on our calculator. We're going to store, so store is right down here. And we're going to store our answer. And we need to actually store it as a variable, so store as x. So anytime we put x in, we're going to get this negative 1.87, continuing on with some other numbers. But we know that to be the negative 144 divided by 7. So what we do is we simply just retype the equation from up here. So we had 3 eighths, so 3 divided by 8 times x, and then it was minus 5 divided by 6 times x. And this should equal what's on the right hand side. So it should equal 18 over 21. Now when you hit enter, you're not going to see 18 over 21. It's actually going to give you a fraction. So we're going to go back here and go to math and fraction. And it does give us 6/7, excuse me. So real quickly, you could be wondering, well, how is this possible? What did I do wrong? Well, maybe this fraction here isn't reduced. And if you actually take a look at it, it's not reduced. There is a 3 that goes into 18, and 3 goes into 21. So this fraction is 18, or 3 goes into 18 6 times, and 3 goes into 21 7 times, which is exactly the 6/7 here that you see on the calculator. So do remember that your calculator will always reduce these terms for you. So if something like that does happen, do not panic. Be sure to look at the right hand side, make sure that it's in reduced form first before you start second guessing yourself. Some other things that occur, make sure that you are typing these in correctly. Sometimes students will mistype something and it'll throw something off. So if it doesn't necessarily work the first time, I would go back and recheck how you typed in the information to the calculator. Okay?